Hello everybody and welcome to the Season 3 premiere of Smackdown here on Universe Mode. And we are starting things off as always with the 24/7 Championship. Our first Smackdown of 2K25, and it looks like the Alpha Academy are going to answer the call. There's Otis. Oh, wait a minute. Otis bringing out Maxine Dupree. Ladies and gentlemen, we know 2K25 is intergender wrestling, and Maxine Dupree, a longtime member of Alpha Academy, was brought in back when Chad Gable was a part of the group. Otis, well, normally flanked by his tag team partner Akira Tozawa, it appears that the big man is leading Maxine Dupree to the ring. Is Maxine gonna challenge the new 24/7 champion Logan Paul for the championship? This will be our first ever intergender match in Universe Mode history, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is Maxine Dupree's Universe Mode debut. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the record 3-time 24/7 champion in Universe Mode, Logan Paul, the CEO of Prime, making his way to the ring. Logan Paul won the vacant 24/7 championship this past Monday night on Raw in our Season 3 premiere of Monday Night Raw, to win a 20-man Royal Rumble match, last eliminating Joe Hendry to win his record third 24/7 championship. Of course, the former champion Nick Wayne, unfortunately injured, unable to compete. So now we got this clown once again as 24/7 champion. And it appears that Logan Paul could have a bit of an easy challenge, as he will face Maxine Dupree for that coveted 24/7 championship. Maxine can make history and be the first female holder of a men's championship in Universe Mode.
Introducing the challenger from Phoenix, Arizona,
Maxine Dupree is getting an opportunity. Can she do it?
weighing in at 205 pounds, the 24/7 champion, Logan Paul.
Listen to the roar of boos for our new champion Logan Paul. A lot of people on Twitter said that he does not belong in a wrestling ring, but every time Logan Paul's in the ring, it is bound to be a highlight reel. We are going to witness our first match of SmackDown here on Season 3, our first ever male versus female match in Universe Mode history for the coveted 24/7 championship. Maxine Dupree, the challenger, Logan Paul, the champion. History being made already here on Season 3, and Logan Paul's holding nothing back. This is a woman. Oh, God. Well, Logan's going to get canceled after this cover. And a kick out by Maxine. And Otis of Alpha Academy watching on. Maxine looking to make history. Be the first woman to ever face a man in Universe Mode history. And Logan Paul, that damn snake, is holding nothing back. Logan Paul, YouTuber, boxer, social media influencer, and the CEO, entrepreneur of Prime. Logan with a blockbuster to Maxine. And Maxine able to get back and hits a clothesline, takes the Maverick down. Oh, look at this. And now we could see a bit of trading blows here between these two. Logan Paul, Maxine Dupree, we are really ushering in a new era here on Universe Mode. And of course, our Season 3 premiere of SmackDown. A lot of action. The Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens teams up with his best friend Sami Zayn to take on Monday Night Raw's Orange Cassidy and a partner of his choosing who was originally supposed to be Mr. Money in the Bank Mark Briscoe. Oh, look at this. These two coming to blows. Hockey fight here on SmackDown. Oh, Logan. Oh, he's going to love that position. Cover. Shoulders down. Almost retained just like that. We're also going to hear from the number one contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Julia Hart. We're also going to see our main event, World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown as he takes on Wes Lee in one-on-one competition. That'll be an interesting matchup to say the least. And our World Tag Team Championship number one contenders tournament begins. We're going to have two matches in the tournament to determine the number one contenders for the new World Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. But look at this, Maxine into a perfect plex, with shoulders down to win the title, and a kick out by Paul. Of course, our first matchup will see DIY take on the team of Cedric Alexander and the debuting Javon Evans. Oh, Maxine, look at the power. Takes Paul down into an amazing bridge. Are we going to make history? Almost got it. And our second matchup will see LFI's Andrade and Dragon Lee take on Mark Coffey and Wolfgang of Gallus. Oh, and Logan Paul. Oh, and now the man and woman gonna exchange blows yet again here on SmackDown. Logan Paul's just taunting Maxine, saying, come on, bring it. And these two are. Who is going to walk out of the Season 3 premiere of SmackDown 24/7 champion? Maxine! Maxine rolls up Paul for the win. Maxine did it! Maxine did it! We got a new 24/7 champion. Maxine makes history. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Maxine Dupree is our brand new 24/7 champion. She makes history and becomes the first ever woman to ever win a men's championship in Universe Mode history, shockingly defeating Logan Paul here on SmackDown. Well, it will be very interesting to see how the future of the 24/7 championship holds now that Maxine Dupree is the brand new 24/7 champion. What a win for Maxine Dupree. Well, what a shock to start off Season 3 of SmackDown. Maxine Dupree is 24/7 champion. But ladies and gentlemen, the show must go on. And we're going to be in for a banger. As here comes the number one contender for the Hardcore Championship. Sheamus is here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus.
Of course, Sheamus, in our closing stages of Season 2, became the #1 contender for Jey Uso and the Hardcore Championship. But Sheamus looking for a fight in our Season 3 premiere, but he is going to be in for one hell of a challenge as he goes one-on-one with the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu, who for the first time in Smackdown is in his true form. And look who is alongside him. Jey Uso in the corner of Jacob Fatu.
From Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Of course, Jacob Fatu's been a mainstay on SmackDown for the past few months. But for the first time in Universe Mode history, this is the true form of the Samoan Werewolf before our very eyes, coming at us for the first time ever. Jacob Fatu, of course, stands alongside main event Jey Uso in honor of his family. Jacob Fatu, the enforcer, willing to do any means necessary to keep the Anoa'i name alive. And we've said this for months. Jacob Fatu is a definite future champion here on Universe Mode. It's not a matter of if, it's definitely a matter of when. But tonight, Sheamus will have to go through Jacob Fatu. This is going to be one hell of a fight, and it is happening right now. And Sheamus, the veteran, much to his credit, starting off the match with the upper hand. And of course, Jey Uso, the Hardcore Champion, watching from ringside, trying to get a sneak peek at his future challenger, Sheamus. Sheamus, a former United States Champion, Universe Mode, former 24/7 champion in his own right. Now Sheamus, shoulder tackle from the apron. And Sheamus, much to his credit, with the upper hand for the opening stages of this match. And oh, wait a minute, Sheamus into the cloverleaf early on, looking to make Jacob tap early. But if we know anything about the Samoan Werewolf, it is going to take plenty more than that to put the big man down. Oh, and here we go. We knew it was going to come to this. These two men trading blows in the middle of the ring. Sheamus looking to build momentum ahead of his title match against Jey Uso. Jacob Fatu willing to defend his family name. Who would have thought we would ever see these two collide in a Universe Mode ring, in a Smackdown ring? And here we go, punches and bunches between these two men. Oh, Sheamus trying to get the upper hand, try to steal the victory here in a kick out. And that's the thing, if Sheamus loses to Jacob Fatu in the build-up to his title match against Jey Uso, how will that affect his confidence heading into his title match? Leapfrog, drop down, look at Sheamus's face into the knee. Not exactly a bro kick, but close enough. Into a cover for the victory here, and almost it. Sheamus's face, I don't know if it's bleeding or just bruised, but the Great White suffering some damage at least. And now, look at this. Into the Celtic Cross. Connects into the cover to beat the Samoan Werewolf in quick fashion. Almost got it. Sheamus coming in fast and furious. Oh, Jacob. Ooh, hit with a shoulder tackle yet again. Sheamus. Oh, no. Jacob back to his feet and takes Sheamus down. Now Sheamus retreating to the apron. But Jacob takes Sheamus down right in front of his cousin main event Jey Uso. As the Hardcore Champion looking down. Jey, who's been champion ever since WrestleMania. Oh, and now here we go again. Sheamus the veteran, Jacob Fatu. You could call him a rookie, but he's been doing this for years and years. A top name in the Indies before coming here to WWE. What is it going to take for these two men to get the victory? These two just want to fight. And it's a fight they're going to get. Two of the most chaotic individuals on our Smackdown roster coming to blows here. Oh, now Jacob. DDT connects on Sheamus. DDT. Cover for the win. Jacob Fatu has beaten Sheamus.
Here is your winner, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu ruining momentum for the #1 contender for the Hardcore Championship, Sheamus, as Jacob Fatu celebrates in our Season 3 premiere. And like we said before, this man is dangerous. What a win for Jacob Fatu here on our Season 3 premiere of Friday Night Smackdown. What a night it has already been here on Friday Night Smackdown, but it is time to kick off the World Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Tournament, as here come the former Raw Tag Team Champions, DIY, are here. Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano. These two men would love to get back in the World Tag Team title scene.
on the way to the ring at a combined weight of 400 pounds. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
Of course, DIY, former champions over on Monday Night Raw. Ever since they've come here to SmackDown, they have been obsessed with trying to get back in the Tag Team Championship picture. Back when the previous champions, the Dudley Boys, were champions, DIY tried and failed to become champions. Now that Motor City Machine Guns are champions, maybe DIY could be the one to cut their reign short. But it is time for the Universe Mode debut of this young man who's already made an impact in professional wrestling, Javon Evans. This is a very big moment for this young man, and here in the bright lights of Friday nights,
And their opponents, first from Greensboro, North Carolina, weighing in at 170 pounds,
Javon Evans making a huge impact in his days on NXT, and you heard his entrance theme. Your boy is bouncy, as Javon Evans looking to team up with his good friend Cedric Alexander to try to earn he and Cedric a World Tag Team title opportunity. Imagine how huge that would be if these two men manage to win the tournament. And this man,
weighing in at 200 pounds,
Cedric Alexander knows what it's like to win tag team gold here on Universe Mode. Back when he was a part of AEW, booked by Dylan of the Long Island Wrestling Podcast. Cedric Alexander, a former two-time AEW World Trios champion in Universe Mode, but that was a long time ago. Ever since then, Cedric Alexander, you could say, has kind of been lost in the shuffle, so to speak. He's gone through numerous tag teams, of course, with Shelton Benjamin, the Hurt Business, Ashante the Adonis with Hit Row, and now Javon Evans. But here we go, our first match, quarterfinals of the World Tag Team title, number 1 contenders tournament, DIY versus Evans and Alexander. And Javon Evans, legal against Tommaso Ciampa to start off this matchup. And you got to think, how big of a match is this? Because, well, the experience of DIY in tag team competition, former tag team champions here in Universe Mode, that's not going to favor for Evans and Alexander, the first time ever teaming together in Universe Mode, and Evans' first official match here in Universe Mode. Shatter Machine by DIY to start things off. Here's the cover by Gargano, who's legal, and a kick out by Evans. And of course, the Shatter Machine, an homage to DIY's former rivals down in NXT, formerly known as the Revival, FTR, who's currently a part of Monday Night Raw. And Gargano with a submission on Evans. Javon able to get out of it, though. And now Javon has a chance to show what he's worth. Big super kick connects on Gargano and an elbow. And like we said, if you have not seen Javon Evans in action, you are in for one hell of a treat. Oh, knee there by Johnny Gargano. And you got to think, a bit of a... Oh, Evans. Javon showing one hell of a move right there. But I was going to say, before Evans hit that impressive move, DIY have gone in a bit of an attitude change. You got to think that's got to be because of career frustration that they did not manage to win tag team gold. Evans and Alexander double super kick, but Ciampa back legal. Of course, DIY feel like they should be at the top of the Smackdown tag team division just because of how good they are, how experienced they are. And the fans starting to turn against DIY. You could hear the boos clearly favoring the team of Evans and Alexander. Oh! Knee there by Ciampa, who used to be referred to as the Blackheart of NXT. Knee by Alexander. And that's the thing that Evans and Alexander need to do. They need to take advantage of their athleticism. Sure, they might not have much tag team chemistry yet, but if they garner the experience, they can be a force to be reckoned with on SmackDown. And again, DIY looking for a double team maneuver. Dropped by Ciampa. Ooh, nice maneuver there by Gargano. And that's the thing. DIY have the experience advantage. Not only in the big stage, but in tag team competition and tag team gold in their resume. And they would love to get back there. Of course, we all know the history of Johnny Gargano of DIY and Alex Shelley of the Motor City Machine Guns. Last week on SmackDown, a historic moment when Motor City Machine Guns won the World Tag Team Championships from the Dudley Boys, ending the historic reign. And look at this by DIY, utilizing double team maneuvers. Evans is back in. Oh, and Javon was clearly thinking a springboard maneuver. Ciampa saw it coming. Great movement here by Tommaso Ciampa. Oh, big clothesline to the back of the neck. Oh, kept up there by Evans. And DIY doing very good work here. Using any means necessary. Frequent tags, keeping each other fresh. Evans rolling out of the ring, but Gargano. Tope Suicida connects on Evans. And this is what we're talking about. Huge change of attitude recently by DIY. And Gargano throwing Evans right into the barricade. Look at the barricade. The LED boards, bit of damage being done from the impact on Evans' body. We're going to need to send some technicians to fix that. Oh, wait a minute. Count of 8. Oh, no. Our DIY going to get the count out victory. What the hell?
Here are your winners, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, DIY.
These underhanded, cowardly fools. We knew they undergone an attitude change. We didn't know it came to this extent. DIY, a team that usually loves to stand and fight, took the coward's way out and have defeated Cedric Alexander and Javon Evans by countout. And because of that, because they won the match, they do advance in the World Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Tournament, but definitely not the result that a lot of us really wanted to see here on SmackDown. But either way, congratulations to DIY, who have advanced in the #1 Contenders Tournament. Clearly, they have a lot of business to attend to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here on SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton is making her way to the ring, microphone in hand. And we're going to see what this young woman has to say. She's had a lot of things on her mind about Charlotte Flair. Well, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we are ushering in a new era. And I've had a score to settle with Charlotte Flair, and I want her to come out here right now. Well, Charlotte Flair, see exactly what I'm talking about. Charlotte Flair, you are a coward. Well, Charlotte Flair intended to, well, Tiffany Stratton, I meant to say, intended to call out Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair, no intention of meeting Tiffany Stratton face to face. Clearly, Tiffany Stratton not done with Charlotte Flair in this rivalry. And ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we can get some answers and what will be the fallout of this rivalry between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. We thought this was done. We thought this was going to be left in season 2, but clearly this rivalry continues here on SmackDown. Well, very weird moment. Charlotte Flair not showing up here tonight on SmackDown, but we know who is the Intercontinental Champion. Kevin Owens is here.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Marieville, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 266 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion,
Kevin Owens finally winning a championship in his Universe Mode career a couple of weeks ago at the Fastlane pay-per-view. Kevin Owens, ever since then, has kind of gotten in issues with Mr. Money in the Bank Mark Briscoe recently. It was supposed to be a tag team match here tonight. The Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens teaming up with his best buddy Sami Zayn against Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe. We have been told Briscoe experiencing some travel issues, so he will not be able to be here. So it'll be Orange Cassidy and a partner of his choosing taking on Owens and Zayn. But Sami Zayn always able to back up his body.
From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, weighing in at 212 pounds, Sami Zayn.
Listen to the ovation for the former United Kingdom champion and the first ever United States champion in Universe Mode history. Sami Zayn returns to Smackdown to help his buddy, the Intercontinental Champion. Of course, Sami Zayn at Payback failed to defeat the former Intercontinental Champion, Eric Rowan. So Sami Zayn must be proud that his buddy was able to do what Sami couldn't. The title is now off of Eric Rowan. Kevin Owens finally a champion, just like Sami said Owens would be one day. And now the conglomeration is in Owens' sights, so there's only one man that Owens could call. Feel-good moment for Zayn to compete in the first episode of Season 3. Oh! Look at this.
From New York, weighing in at 189 pounds, Smooth Operator.
What? Well, I don't know what that announcer called him, but Orange Cassidy, former Raw Tag Team Champion, former two-time 24/7 champion from Monday Night Raw, is here, who is supposed to be the backup for Mark Briscoe, but now finds himself needing to find some backup here on SmackDown. Of course, we know Orange Cassidy for the past few months have had some issues with the Death Riders as of late, but Orange Cassidy's here on SmackDown to do a favor for Mark Briscoe, and that is to dismantle Owens and Zayn once and for all. Of course, Mark Briscoe holds the Money in the Bank briefcase. Clearly Briscoe intending to cash in on Kevin Owens and the Intercontinental Championship. But who did OC pick as his partner here tonight? Who is it?
And from Vancouver, British
Oh ho ho!
Columbia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly is here. Of course, we know Kyle O'Reilly, very good friends with both Orange Cassidy and Mark Briscoe. You see him wearing the shirt of the Undisputed Kingdom. That is because in recent weeks, especially ever since the rivalry with the United Empire and Bullet Club, Kyle O'Reilly reunited with his buddies Adam Cole and Roderick Strong of the Undisputed Kingdom. And Kyle O'Reilly hasn't forgotten where he was before then in the conglomeration. Kyle O'Reilly is back to do business. What a development, as Kevin Owens, the Intercontinental Champion, will start off against Orange Cassidy. Look at this man. He's still wrestling with his jacket on. Ooh. And Owens, no intention on slowing things down on Orange Cassidy. We all know how explosive Cassidy can be when he's in action. Of course, you got to think Bryan Danielson has got to be loving this as well. Orange Cassidy doing business. And Orange Cassidy wearing his shades as well. He's a man, sure, his demeanor means he doesn't give a damn, but every time he is in the ring, he is willing to do battle. And how great is it that Kyle O'Reilly answered the call made by Orange Cassidy. Sure, Cassidy could have brought in Bryan Danielson from Monday Night Raw. Sure, Cassidy could have brought in CM Punk, but Cassidy brought O'Reilly instead. Oh, leg drop. And you got to think, if Cassidy or O'Reilly pin Kevin Owens in this match, surely that could also lead them to an Intercontinental title opportunity down the road. Owens trying his best to recover in the apron. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly wasting little time hitting Owens. Oh, tried to do it again. Owens now back in the ring. Cassidy once again gonna bring Owens down onto the apron. Orange Cassidy is like a man possessed. He doesn't even need a partner, in my honest opinion. And now Cassidy again. Oh, looking to stretch the body of Kevin Owens. I don't care what universe you're from, that's gotta hurt. And Cassidy trying to reassess his options. Count of 6 by the referee. Could we potentially see our second count-out finish of the night? No. No! Sorry, not happening. I don't care. The few times that I'll ever get involved. Sorry, 2K25. Fix your shit. As Owens bringing Cassidy back in the ring, but O'Reilly doing the same thing as this tag team match continues here on Smackdown. Oh, and Cassidy taking a page out of Bryan Danielson's playbook in the single knee bar. But the Intercontinental Champion desperately needs to get back in this matchup, which he's looking to do right now into a power slam. Gives him an opening to tag in two-time champion Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn has been dying for an opportunity to fight. He gets it here. Sami Zayn, who actually used to be partners with Bryan Danielson in Universe Mode. Oh, tag, O'Reilly's legal. Oh, Zayn went for a leg drop, missed wildly, and here's Kyle into the Rainmaker. Oh, Kyle was going to go for something big. Sami Zayn back in the ring. Oh, V-trigger. Kyle O'Reilly is explosive here. Oh, went for a big kick, failed. And now, oh, Kyle on the apron, taking down an Owens. Well, that was clearly an accident. O'Reilly landing right on Kevin Owens. And O'Reilly going after the Intercontinental Champion. That was what Briscoe wanted. That was what Mark Briscoe wanted. And Sami Zayn gonna stick up for his brother. Oh, power bomb onto the floor. That's what best friends do. Sami Zayn clearly saying, you don't mess with my buddy. You don't mess with the current Intercontinental Champion. Holy shit, the counts are fast. As Sami Zayn looking to bring Kyle back inside the ring. Whoa. Oh, both men back in the ring at the same time. Sami. Tornado DDT connects. And Sami trying to rile up the WWE Universe here. But he doesn't realize O'Reilly's crawling. Orange Cassidy's legal yet again. Oh, Zayn saw it coming. Into a suplex connects. Oh, and try to go after Kyle, but Kyle retreats to the apron. Drop kick by Zayn. Of course, we know Kyle O'Reilly will take part in the men's War Games match in a couple of weeks. Team WWE versus the Death Riders, but now Cassidy getting himself involved in KO and Sammy business. And that is not the business you want to get into, no matter what favor your buddy calls for. As the Intercontinental Champion. Oh! And it must be a feel-good moment for Owens to finally say he is a champion. And now KO. Oh! They're going to make Cassidy pay for showing back up here on Smackdown. Big stomps right to the chest. And now into a submission. But Cassidy easily able to get out of it. Oh! Great single leg takedown. Cassidy knows his way around the ropes. Tag again to O'Reilly. Oh! Oh! And now the clothesline by Kyle. But wait a minute, Owens crawling. Oh, O'Reilly mocking Shane McMahon, the leader of the Death Riders. Oh! O'Reilly saw it coming. Brutal striking combination by O'Reilly. As this tag team match. Oh, Sammy into a Hurricane Rana. Back and forth battle here on SmackDown. And Sammy and O'Reilly know each other very well. Kyle. Brain Buster. And O'Reilly thinking, what can I do next? Knee right to the face. Oh, wait a minute. And now the armbar. Armbar. And even hooking the leg. Sammy's in trouble. Can Sammy tap? No. Match continues. Moonsault connects. Sammy might have passed out, but Owens didn't want to wait to find out. Match continues. But O'Reilly, such a great technical wrestler, and now just stomping on the body of Sami Zayn. Kyle O'Reilly diving deep into his soul. Ooh, shot right to the face of Sammy. Kyle O'Reilly is like a man possessed. O'Reilly on the top rope. Ooh, nice strike there to Sammy. Sammy trying to crawl to his corner. Owens reaching. Tag. Owens legal. Schoolboy. Shoulders down for the win. Oh, O'Reilly rolls up the champion in a kick out. And now Owens. Oh, wait a minute. Owens going for it. Pile driver. Here's the cover by the Intercontinental Champion for the victory. Here on SmackDown, almost got it. You see a bit of frustration coming off the face of Kevin Owens. Wait a minute. O'Reilly, whoa, look at this. Into a beautiful suplex, my goodness. And now Kyle gonna go for it again. This time on KO. He's got the armbar in. Owens in agonizing pain. Cassidy tagged in yet again. And Cassidy lining Owens up. Wait a minute, what the hell? O'Reilly, cutting Cassidy. Oh! Owens head first into the canvas. Oh, and look at this. The LeBell lock. The LeBell lock by Cassidy, and Sammy breaks it up. Stealing a page out of his tag team partner Bryan Danielson's playbook. Well, that's what happens when you're in a tag team. You learn the best from the best. O'Reilly now into the cover. On Owens. And a kick out. That was the conglomeration's best opportunity to get the victory. And now Kyle O'Reilly back on the top. Another knee to the face. And now Cassidy legal yet again. Ooh, knee. Another cover. Cover for the win. Oh my God. Orange Cassidy has just pinned the Intercontinental Champion. The conglomeration follows through for their friend Mark Briscoe. Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly of the conglomeration get a huge, much-needed victory against Sami Zayn and the Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens. But you got to think about this. Orange Cassidy has his own business over on Monday Night Raw with the Death Riders. But Orange Cassidy has just pinned the Intercontinental Champion and Kevin Owens. So this leaves a little bit of a crossroads. Does Orange Cassidy now have to be considered in the conversation for a future Intercontinental Championship opportunity? We'll have to see about that, but what a win for the conglomeration here on Smackdown. We are back here on Friday Night Smackdown, our co-main event of the evening. As here comes Andrade in his true form for the first time ever.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Gomez Palacio, Toronto, Mexico, weighing in at 230 pounds.
Of course, this is another quarterfinal match in the World Tag Team Championship #1 Contenders Tournament. Andrade and Dragon Lee of LFI taking on Gallus. Of course, Andrade has been here since day one here on Universe Mode, and Andrade, it's been a bit of a complicated case here on Universe Mode. Andrade yet to be a champion in his Universe Mode career. Back and forth. Of course, Andrade at Fastlane had a World Heavyweight Championship match against Roman Reigns, but failed. And of course, but a little bit before that, he had a rivalry with this man, Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee, for the longest time, was in a feud with Andrade. And of course, recently, Dragon Lee at Payback was with Roosh, his brother of LFI, trying to take the SmackDown Tag Team titles from the Dudley Boys, but were screwed over by countout. But now Dragon Lee entering this tournament with Andrade, seeing if they can finally get on the same page and win tag team gold for LFI. Andrade and Dragon Lee are here, but it will not be an easy task because these men looking to take over the tag team landscape. Wolfgang, Mark Coffey, Gallus, are here.
Of 493 pounds, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang Gallas.
Of course, who could forget this past summer when Joe Coffey of Gallus tried to become the hardcore champion against main event Jey Uso. Sure, he failed with that, but maybe it's time for Mark and Wolf of Gallus to maybe earn themselves a championship opportunity. Of course, their time in NXT UK, Gallus were the most feared tag team in that brand. Now they're here on Friday Night Smackdown. Can they possibly go the distance and earn a match against the Motor City Machine Guns for the World Tag Team titles? So here we go. Andrade starting off against Wolfgang. Our second quarterfinal match happening right now. And of course, earlier on tonight we saw DIY defeat Javon Evans and Cedric Alexander by countout to advance in the tournament. Can we get a decisive winner here between LFI and Gallus? Andrade wanted a cover, but Wolfgang able to kick out, and Andrade looking to make Wolfgang pay. Oh, wait a minute, Joe Coffey. Well, Joe in the ring is checking on Wolfgang, I guess. But Dragon Lee now legal into the standing Spanish fly. And of course, Dragon Lee has had a handful of championship opportunities already in his Universe Mode career. Of course, SummerSlam, he tried to win the Intercontinental Championship from Eric Rowan. Nice suplex by Wolfgang and a senton to the back of Dragon Lee. That could risk injury. Oh, and here we go. Gallus boys looking to do some quick double team work in the early stages. Of course, this is Gallus's experience factor as a tag team. Andrade and Dragon Lee, sure, they teamed together a handful of times in tag team and trios matches, but not much. Of course, like we said, they had a huge rivalry. 2 out of 3 rules rivalry, whatever. Ooh, crossbody by Mark Coffey. And Coffey is just doing well here. You at a face in control of Dragon Lee here. Now going to bring him to the corner. Another tag to Wolfgang. And Gallus has huge amounts of momentum. Double back body drop to Lee. Lee trying to crawl over, tag in Andrade El Idolo. But right now, Dragon's got to stand and fight into the collision. Great maneuver there. Gives him separation, and Andrade's legal again. So far, these two men seem to be on the same page for a common goal. Cover. Kick out by Wolfgang. But look at Andrade go. Andrade's had a few championship opportunities of his own. An Intercontinental title match at the first ever SummerSlam. But other than that, Andrade really hasn't had much. Oh, and look at this. Just trying to take any bit of control he can from Wolfgang in the early stages. Ooh. Hurricane Rana. Shoulders down. Oh. Joe Coffey in the ring trying to shout at his brother, try to get some motivation. Referee is down because Mark Coffey broke up the pinfall. But Andrade willing to go the distance. I think he was going to go for the running knees in the corner, but wasn't able to do that. Dragon Lee now legal again. Irish whip into the corner. What does Dragon Lee have in mind? Precarious position up there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the Hurricane Rana. Avalanche Hurricane Rana. Mark Coffey now legal. But Dragon Lee will not be denied. Shoulders down. Oh, kick out by Coffee. That could have been a great opportunity for Lee. But now, takes him down for LFI to advance in the tournament. No. That was their best chance. You hear the tag team wrestling chants here on SmackDown, and LFI doing some double teamwork of their own. Double super kick to Mark. Imagine Andrade and Dragon Lee as tag team champions. Stranger things have happened. Odder couples have won tag team gold. Why not Andrade and Dragon Lee? And now LFI going to do some frequent tags. And Andrade sensing the end is near. Can it though? Andrade says it's time for a career revival. Oh, wait a minute. Andrade on the top. Into the moonsault, connects beautifully. But wait a minute. Wolfgang's in. Andrade doesn't realize. Oh, God. Andrade was too busy pandering to the crowd. Wolfgang hit a big boot. But Andrade now notices. And now he's looking to get in control back in this match. Ooh. Nice drop kick there by Andrade here in our co-main event of our first episode of Season 3 of Friday Night SmackDown. And Andrade back on the top. Waiting for Wolfgang to get back to his feet. Drop kick connects. Here's the cover for the win. Mark breaks it up again. And Wolfgang trying to retreat to the corner. See the referee fixing the buckle pad. I believe Joe Coffey may have removed the buckle pad earlier on in the match. I didn't really notice, but Andrade trying to keep control of the match. He cannot get distracted in this stage of the game. Ooh. Ooh. Great work there by Andrade. And can this be LFI's time? Oh, went for the hammerlock DDT. Great counter by Wolfgang. And now the strikes. Brutality. Wasteland. Into the senton by the big man. Shades of Wade Barrett, who made his Universe Mode return this past Monday night on Raw. Andrade into the neckbreaker. Another tag to Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee looking down on Mark Coffey. Oh! Great sequence of moves. Here's the cover for the win. Almost had it. Oh! Cheap shot by Wolf. Dragon Lee responds. He doesn't want anything to stop him. Canadian Destroyer. Mark's in the corner. Andrade back in the mix. And now Andrade trying to keep control of the match. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Utter disrespect by this man. Can he get it? The hammerlock DDT connects. No. Wolfgang immediately breaks it up. Utter pity. Oh my God. Wolfgang pushing Andrade off. Andrade doesn't give a damn. Leap of faith, and Mark was able to recover thanks to Wolfgang. No. Powerbomb. You've got to be kidding me. To advance in the tournament. Almost won the match just like that. That was probably Gallus' best opportunity. Oh God. The suplex. Did you see Andrade's body bend? The human body's not meant to bend like that. And now Wolfgang firing shots on Andrade. This match has quickly become personal. Kip up. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Another suplex. Andrade is getting decimated here. Tag to mark. The Gallus boys have Andrade where they want him. Oh, God! Double team prowess. Cover. Hug of the leg. Gallus advance in the tournament.
Here are your winners, Mark Coffey and Wolfgang.
The Gallus boys are back on top with one hell of a victory. Sure, you could question underhanded tactics, but in the end, anything if it means victory. Mark Coffey and Wolfgang have just got themselves one step closer to a potential World Tag Team Championship opportunity against the Motor City Machine Guns as Wolfgang advance in the #1 Contenders Tournament. What a win for Gallus here on our Season 3 premiere of Smackdown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our #1 contender for the Women's Intercontinental Championship is here. Julia Hart, set to make a few words about her upcoming match with Michin. A lot of people seem to forget just who in the hell I am. Sure, it's been years since I've held the SmackDown Women's Championship, but I am still a dominating figure here on SmackDown, as I will challenge Michin for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at some point in the near future, and rest assured, you will see me with gold once again very, very soon. I will do any means necessary. Well, Julia Hart promising us one thing. Sure, it's been a long time since she has held championship gold, but she is dead set confident that she is going to dethrone Michin for the Women's Intercontinental Championship whenever that match takes place. Julia Hart here on SmackDown to make a statement, and I believe she just did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event of the evening here on our Season 3 premiere of Friday Night SmackDown, as the OTC Roman Reigns, the World Heavyweight Champion, is set to make an appearance. There he is in all his glory. The World Heavyweight Champion, fresh off successfully defending his title against Andrade at Fastlane. Roman Reigns now has entered a rivalry with the aerial assassin, former world champion Will Ospreay. Roman Reigns is here to try to add another victim before Survivor Series War Games in Wesley.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, the OTC,
Roman Reigns won the World Heavyweight Championship at All In from Eddie Kingston. Ever since, Roman Reigns has had Smackdown with an iron grip. Roman Reigns, the second man in Universe Mode history behind Drew McIntyre to win both the WWE and World Heavyweight Championships in a Universe Mode career. Roman Reigns has been on top of Raw, and now he's on top of Smackdown. As Roman Reigns ready to make another statement to the aerial assassin Will Ospreay. We are still weeks away from Survivor Series War Games, where we will see the dream match of the ages. Roman Reigns defends the World Heavyweight title against Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay looking to become the first ever two-time World Heavyweight Champion in Universe Mode history. Roman Reigns looking to keep that title reign strong a little while longer. But here comes a man who could very well pull off the biggest upset in Universe Mode history. Wes Lee is here.
weighing in at 183 pounds,
Wes Lee, you know, sure, it's been a long time since he's been in a prominent position on the card here on Universe Mode, but Wes Lee, former 24/7 champion, former two-time AEW International Champion in his Universe Mode career. Wes Lee is the real deal, and he could prove that to Roman Reigns here tonight on SmackDown. Huge opportunity for Wes Lee. Not only does he have the chance to pull off a major upset against the OTC, but if Wes Lee manages to beat Roman Reigns, he could very well be in line for a future World Heavyweight title opportunity. Could you imagine how huge that would be? But ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event. Roman Reigns, Wes Lee, first time ever right now. And look at this, Roman Reigns. They're going to be in control of Wes Lee. Whoa! Wes Lee able to take Roman down very easily. And now Wes Lee in control of Roman Reigns on the mat. Oh, God. I am shocked Wes Lee's able to keep in control that long. All around Roman. Trying to fight back. Wes Lee's still got that headlock in, and look at the chain wrestling here between the world champ and Wes Lee. Oh, wait a minute. Roman, we're going to win by underhanded tactics. Lee, no. Oh, imagine if Lee was able to beat the world champ just like that. And now Roman Reigns and Wes Lee standing toe-to-toe. But Roman Reigns just beating up Wes Lee. You cannot go fisticuffs with the OTC without pissing him off. Oh, wait a minute. Lee. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Like we said, Wes Lee could pull this off. Roman's got to be careful not to underestimate the former international champion in Wes Lee. Much like Julia Hart, sure, it's been a while since Wes Lee's been a champion, but Wes Lee can still go in that ring. And now Roman. Oh! Knee right to the face. But Wes Lee is still fighting back. Wes Lee, you know he has got to be waiting for the day. You know he was waiting for the day he would be in the ring with Roman Reigns. And what bigger way to make an impact, no pun intended, than to beat Roman Reigns in non-title action. But Roman looking to just smash Wesley like the others. Wesley's going to know firsthand what it's like to be in the ring with the tribal chief. Roman. Oh, into a clothesline. Wait a minute. That's Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay with the World Championship in hand. Roman Reigns. Ospreay's going to walk off with the title. And Roman saying, no, this is mine. Ow. Wesley. Thanks to Will Ospreay. We knew Ospreay had to be somewhere nearby, but we didn't expect Will Ospreay to try to steal the World Heavyweight Championship from Roman Reigns. Wesley trying to take advantage of the distraction by Will Ospreay. Just a few moments ago. Oh, well, that could have very well cost him. Roman Reigns still blindsided, looking to take advantage, and a kick out by Lee. You got to respect the effort by Wesley to try to fight back against Roman Reigns, even with the distraction by Will Ospreay. But Roman Reigns is still undeniably on God mode. And Wesley could find that out firsthand. Oh, Roman Reigns. Oh, it's been a while since we've seen this. This is vintage Roman Reigns. The drive-by. Drive-by connects. This is awesome chance by our fans in attendance for this main event. Our first main event of Smackdown in Season 3. Roman Reigns versus Wesley. And a clubbing axe handle. And Roman Reigns has just defeated Wesley on Smackdown.
Here is your winner, the OTC
Despite the attempted distraction by Will Ospreay, where he tried to steal the world title from Roman Reigns, tried to distract him and catch him off his game, Roman Reigns still managing to get the job done and beat Wesley here on our main event of SmackDown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that will have to conclude our Season 3 premiere of Friday Night SmackDown here on our Universe mode. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on, so that way you never miss an upload. Once again, shout out to Wolf Den Wrestling Podcast for booking all of these Universe Mode episodes for the next 3 seasons now. 3 seasons we have done this together. Ladies and gentlemen, go and subscribe to him. He just debuted a new episode of his podcast. First ever episode of his podcast. Go and subscribe to that. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to subscribe to Will's Wrestling Corner as well. And until next time, this has been your boy, Will's Wrestling Corner. I will see you in the next video. Be good, people, and peace.